Combat Mission is a turn-based tactical war game with real modern forces, fully 3D, and it uses a WeGo system, which means that both sides enter their orders and then it executes simultaneously, so it gives realistic results, which is something that works really well for the wargaming side of DSTL.
Wargaming is really important in DSTL because it allows us to interact with the forces and to strategise and to plan operations without huge amounts of money. It allows players to make decisions on the spot so that we can actually analyse and decide how they're making those decisions and see if there's any analysis that we can do as a result of them. And it's also important to remember the distinction between manual wargaming and digital wargaming. They both have a place within DSTL.
Wargaming is a tool that we use in DSTL for a variety of reasons. So we use it to define new concepts, we use it to investigate analysis. Basically, it provides evidence for the military to improve their decision making. A lot of war games that the military run, you don't challenge it, you don't challenge the players particularly. It's there to help them learn doctrine and kind of get used to the idea of planning and things like that. What we're really interested in is pushing those people to their limits in terms of what they can do on the fly against a thinking opponent that's really trying hard to stop them from winning.
So we used our drones early in the game, so we launched them as soon as we could actually on turn one to scour Objective Coffee to make sure we could find some enemies hidden in that village, which was brilliant, allowed us to then call in fires immediately. So we started to hit in particular the church tower, which provides the highest point across the whole of the map actually, so I wanted to make sure we levelled that, which we did quite effectively. And in the last turn we've just cancelled the operation over Objective Coffee because we feel we've now contained that, and we're pushing the drone forwards to the corner to actually anticipate the blue forces coming in from that edge.
In terms of artillery has been absolutely crucial for fixing blue on Objective Coffee. The artillery, we had some precision fires going in to take out key terrain features that we thought were most dominant. But then we also put in some area fires to stop blue being able to manoeuvre in their rear area. That was successful and fixed blue into garrison buildings, which we could then attack with direct fire systems.
The situation as it stands is that enemy reinforcement column has come down the western side of Objective Milk and Objective Coffee, led by main battle tanks, and they've started to push in to Objective Coffee from the northwest, along with the forces that were already in Objective Milk. Additionally, they've put an anti-tank screen out quite far to the west there that may have eyes on the reinforcement route of B Company coming in. So this leaves us in a little bit of a dilemma of how best to use the B Company group as they come in so they don't run straight into that anti-tank screen.
The anti-tank screen basically denies our left flank completely for any manoeuvrist approach from the left-hand side. So we're kind of being not completely forced, but we are being shaped into going. We're right flanking, almost bags of smoke out the middle.
There's two options. As much as we'd like to take, hit him under 9-degree angle, that means we've got to defeat that anti-tank screen first. The ground, I think, does allow it because it does rise up, but again, you are going to take a certain amount of risk, and what do you lead with?
We wanted to create a scenario that basically has this kind of urban bit on the side to do some kind of close-in fighting, but then also a wider area to allow for manoeuvre. If we just done a pure urban scenario, it's not necessarily that interesting, it's more just like a slogging match basically. A lot of war games that happen, particularly ones that the military do, are very rote, they're very scripted, they're very set. What we try to do with this scenario is present them with a tough challenge that has a number of different solutions, that has a number of different ways that red can play it, and then blue has to respond to those different ways.
The purposes of the game today was to help us to understand better how they use the software. So we have regular conference calls with the DSTL team where they'll go through features and addition changes they want for the professional version. That's directly with the users straight to the development team. And that's really good to have that close cooperation between the user and the developer, because if the developers don't understand the purpose of why a feature is trying to be implemented, then it can really add confusion, or you don't get the end result you're aiming for. And one of the reasons for me being here today is to see how they use it in practice. And that really helps us to have a deeper understanding of the way that they want to do things. And we can see where the pain points are with the software to help make it easy to use, or to work around some challenges that maybe the software wasn't designed to do, but the military has a certain way of doing things, a requirement that a commercial customer wouldn't have.